Hi, happy Sunday. um, so today was a little bit rough, I guess, in the beginning. I well, about 3 weeks ago, my two oldest came home with a puppy. Um, After work, someone was about to just leave him out in front of where they worked, and they couldn't resist. Neither one of them called me to ask or anything, but nevertheless, we got a puppy. Um, that day, while they were driving home, you know, just everything. Of course, I've accepted this puppy. This is my baby, with open arms, just like I do everything and everyone else. However, I'm noticing that the main two that got the puppy have a hard time accepting responsibilities that this is a baby, and you have to be there for the baby. Love on him. He has to use the restroom. He has to eat. And he needs to play and all those other things. And I think I was just tired. I was tired. I was out in the sun for a long time yesterday, walking and running and all those things. And with this new puppy, you know, there's things that's on the floor, has been left on the floor, and the puppy ended up eating it and getting sick. Of course, for me, I have an issue and I'm working on me daily. It is truly a task to keep my energy at a certain level, no matter what. And usually I can do it. But when I'm tired, I'm not getting enough rest, it becomes difficult. And I forget to go off to myself and just break away and break down my thoughts. So last night, of course, the puppy was vomiting and vomiting. I'm vomiting until about 12 o'clock after he had eaten something. I don't know what it is, but it looks like a wipe. However, he had eaten that. He was vomiting. He was with me all night. And I think I went to sleep maybe around 12, which is late for me because usually I go to sleep 9 o'clock tops, maybe 10, maybe 10. So the puppy woke up at 3. He felt so much better. So I was thankful. I was really thankful that he felt better. I was like, yeah, he was happy and wagging his tail and playful. And I got up. I took him out to use the restroom. We walked. And of course, I had to walk Sebastian too. I couldn't just walk one dog, and not walk the other. I don't think that's right. Especially when I know it's time. Sebastian's going to need to be walked also. So I walked them both. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm walking, and then the puppy is hungry. He's really hungry. So after him vomiting all his food up, he was just like biting on everything, including me. And I'm like, okay, now I got to get you something to eat. So maybe around 4:15, I came inside. So I walked for an hour. Maybe around 4:15, I came in. I just fed them both because I figured, okay, I'm going to go back to bed. And this is going to be an awesome rest. Maybe I can sleep until 7. No, 6:06 to be exact. And I was tired. And once I got up, puppy need to walk and all those things. Sebastian want to walk. And so I brushed my teeth, walked the dogs. And yeah, I couldn't go back to sleep. And I began to write and work on things. Like I started working on my credit. Thanks to my friend Shay, who owns a credit repair company. And I started like formulating letters and things like that for stuff that should have been off of my credit report. So I began to do that. Girls got up maybe around 10. Nah, well, one of them got up at 10. That was the baby girl. And then the other two got up around 11:30. So I asked them, hey, can you do me a favor? All that stuff, your papers and all the trash that you moved out of your room, I think you should clean it up. Um, yeah, and then they got up and did it. Yeah, and it just seemed like the energy was off. And of course, maybe the energy was off. They were tired and all those things. However, I noticed some things after. I just noticed some things. So I found my energy being really low. I promised my baby girl I was gonna make potatoes and onion and something else for her. And initially I was like, I ain't making nothing for them. Like I'm tired. But I was like, well, if it was me as a child, I would want someone to cook for me. And I promised my baby I was gonna do it. So I got up, did it. Then I came outside because I felt myself wanting to cry. Like I needed to figure out exactly what was the cause of how I felt. Like what was the root cause of what was wrong with me. So, of course, my good old yoga mat, some incense burning, and as soon as I sat down, I began to cry. I was like, it's my job to ensure that I feel good no matter what. So one, I think I was crying because I didn't know why I allowed myself to even notice the change in behavior. And it didn't just start today, of course. It's been going on since we got the puppy. But some things I noticed is basically chaos and confusion. So what was my problem? It wasn't, well, no, I can't even say problem. What the issue was I was hurt. I noticed changes, and I noticed the changes because I know that my children are very aware of themselves. And once you become aware of yourself, you know exactly how your tone, body language, and all those things can come off to another person because you can feel it. You can put yourself in their shoes because you know how it is when someone's tone or body language or something is a little off for you, and causes you to wonder, okay, did I do something wrong? Is there anything like we need to talk about? And for me, I'm big on talking, and it's like, because most of the time it's nothing. It's like not even the case, like, no, I wasn't thinking that. Oh, okay, I understand, my bad. Like, I thought blah blah blah. But for me, I was just like, well, why are you hurt? I'm hurt because I know they're aware. Or I'm hurt because I have to always be aware of how I treat others and how I make them feel in every moment. So because I'm aware of how I feel in the moment. So the root, I was asking myself, so how do you rectify this? Like, how do you feel better from this? I had to ask myself a series of questions, and how, like, okay, why do you feel this way? Okay, I get it. I'm hurt. Okay, why are you hurt? Why, where was your vibration to cause you to notice that, for one? And of course, 1, awareness. 2, I was hurt. 3, it's because I know that I could have just done something else, like like got up and done something else, but I chose to hold on to it, notice it, and I was fighting myself to address it, whether I should address it or not. I'm glad I didn't, because once I sat down, I realized I just wanted someone that understood that being a single parent, isn't easy. It's not easy at all. And being around people, it doesn't matter whether it's a child or an adult, But being around people at work or at home or school, it's I don't even know exactly what I was going to say. But being around people, it can be just tiring when you are when you want someone to understand where you are. So I had to ask myself, do you understand where you are? Do you understand how you're feeling? Do you understand why you're feeling this way? Then why do you need someone else to understand? Right? And of course, I start crying more. I was like, because I just want to be understood. I just wanted something. I don't know. But whatever I wanted, I was like, okay, well, you have to understand you. And then I began to feel better. I began to feel better, and I was like, okay. I closed my eyes and I started taking deep breaths, and something told me, well, my dog started barking. And I walked into the living room, and the kids were like, oh, somebody's at the door. I'm like, why didn't you answer it? Oh, yeah, it's the neighbor. I'm like, if you know it's the neighbor, why didn't you just answer it? So I was like, okay. I didn't say, like, I didn't get upset. I just said, okay, thank you. And I just walked past, and when I saw her, she was so happy. I just burst into tears. She was like, oh my God. So, of course, we talked, and I told her, not the whole entire story, but I told her, like, oh, I'm okay. But when I saw your face, I was so excited. I was happy. And it was like my inner self was like, girl, let this out. She understands you. So I told her, I was like, well, I said, I'm okay. And she was like, okay, what's going on? I told her, I said, I just literally feel like sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard being aware of how you treat others when others act as if they're not aware of how they're treating you. No matter who it is, whether it's your child, your spouse, the incense. It doesn't matter. Sometimes it's hard because you just want to hear, I understand. Like, you want to not only hear it, but you want to feel it. And before I even said all of that, she was just like, girl, I have the same thing over here. She was like, it's like some days I want them to say, hey, come on, I'll help you cook. Or you don't have to cook today, and let's just, go out to dinner. Or I'll cook, or don't worry, I'll do this, mommy. And I said, okay. She's like, I understand. We all go through it. We all go through that. So she was like, it's okay. And it's good to let it out. And I'm glad you told me. She said, because I was literally just going through the same thing today. So I said all that to say is that I literally told the universe that I wanted to be understood. And as soon as I understood myself, someone knocked at my door that understood. Understood how I felt. Not that I wanted to blame anyone, because I didn't. There's no blame. There was no right. There was no wrong. There was just perception. And in those moments, my vibration was low. So the perception I saw was based on a place of hurt. And I'm thankful that the universe sent my neighbor to see me and embrace me. And I love being around empaths because it's been an amazing ride. Well, that's my soapbox for today. Bye. Have a good day.